Hello, everyone's. I am here for my review of 4400 Season 1, Episode 8. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I am Lady T. I like to do reviews on scripted reality shows as well as scripted shows. If you're returning, you one of my peoples, welcome back. So, we have one comment from last week. Now, I'm going to do my best to pronounce your name right because I don't like messing up people's names. So, is it Yvillani? It's Yvillani. She commented, really enjoyed the show and your reviews. Thank you, boo. I watched the original show back in the day and recently did a rewatch on Netflix when I heard about the reboot. I wasn't really feeling it at first, especially with the stereotypical racist cop bit. It has grown on me, and now I look forward to watching it each week. It's disappointing that people don't really seem to be watching it, but I'll watch as long as it's on. Thanks for the views. I look forward to the next one. Oh, thank you, boo. I mean, I was the same way too. I didn't catch the 4400 when it was originally on the air. It was I was on Netflix. I was bored. I couldn't find anything to watch. So bam, boom, here I am. And I was like, oh, this is a good show. Like, I enjoyed it. And I guess since I was used to the original one, it was hard for me to get into the reboot. Much like that show I was telling you about, Ghost. I was watching that on HBO Max, but it was a British version. And I was like, okay, I enjoyed that. And I guess because I was used to those characters, when they did an American version, I mean, I watched like maybe 5 minutes of it, and I was like, I cannot get into this. But now I sat back and I watched, and I was like, okay, I really, really enjoyed this show. But I enjoy the show and I enjoy the characters. I'm mad sometimes. So I was like, man, this has a potential to be a good show, but like, are people really gonna watch it? CW is a lot of supernatural superhero shows going on over there. So like regular, degular, schmegler shows really don't have a chance. But hopefully more and more people are watching this because this got sci-fi in it. I'm all here for that. I love a good. What the heck is going on? That's like I know I said it before. That show Emergence. I was like, oh snap! This little girl. She was the only one who survived this plane crash. Oh snap! This girl got powers. And then towards the end, it's like, oh, she a robot. Excuse me, what? She a robot, but she can eat, she can bleed, and she can do all the things as a human. And then towards the end, I was like, yeah, y'all doing too much for this robot girl. Wasn't feeling it. The passage was so good. I enjoyed it because I was like, okay, we got this agent, we got this little girl, we got them together. He's gonna, even though he was signed to, kidnap her, he's gonna help her out. She's at this facility, she's getting all these powers, and then towards the end, she's walking the world alone. I was so disappointed. It's like they knew that they was not gonna get, renewed for another season. They're like, we just gonna throw any and everything at it. But back to this, review. Now, Hayden, he has found himself at home, with Logan and Bridget, and they're going on a cabin trip. And I understand Bridget, she sees herself as Mariah's mom. She has been Mariah's mom for these last few years. What I don't like is she's acting like Shanice just up and left the family on her own will. It was like one day she was like, you know what, I don't want to do this no more. Or if she was in prison because she was out here doing some felonious things. Or she was out here on drugs and that's why she's been away from Mariah. Now she's bambooed back and she wants to be a part of Mariah's life. I was like, no, she did not leave on her own. And the fact she's like, these 4400 are getting too much publicity. I like, people want to know, hear, and read about the 4400. They want to know how is it all these people disappeared in different time span, in different not centuries, in different decades, and have come back looking the exact same way. I would be interested in it as well. Yeah. But Logan, he wants Shanice to have some sort of say in the way that Mariah's been brought up, which she should. She didn't leave on her own. She was abducted and taken away for the past 15 years, 16 years. So Dr. Andreas told Shanice that he had already signed the contract, and he did so before they knew that the contract was some messed up mess. Yeah, but he feels that he's better equipped being at the hotel so that in case somebody gets sick, he's there to help them. Not necessarily using his powers, but more on the okay, I'm a doctor. I've kind of sort of updated myself on medical procedures of this time, and I guess if need be, I can heal somebody with my powers. But I'm wondering. No, it can't be that because I thought that um when he first discovered his powers and he got sick, I thought he was gonna take on the powers of the person that he had healed. But it seems like he gives, and I just realized this thinking about the last few episodes, is he gets sick physically, but when he touches somebody else, they get what the first person had. Cause we seen first dude being all looking like Tales from the Hood daddy, all twisted up and whatnot. And when, Dr. Andre got sick and he touched the guard and the guard started twisting up somewhat like Tales from Hood did. So I'm like, okay, you got a broken leg. I touch you, I heal you. If I touch somebody else, their leg is broken. I don't know why I just couldn't say it like that. I'm going all the way around the bush. Logan is in grief counseling. He started it when Shanice went missing because he assumed that, hey, his wife up and left. He looked near and far for her. And it did not help that there was a note left behind saying, do not come looking for me. I want to be gone. I can't do this. And Keisha, she's a part of the group because she's still dealing with her sister being put in the arms of angels. So it's been tough on her and, her and old girlfriend who I do not like. What's her name? Jess. Yeah, they done broke up and she done hooked up with somebody else, which you was broke up, so I'm not even gonna say you was cheating. You was being a little fast with getting somebody new, but that's neither here nor there. But the other members, they not really here for it. Cause yeah, your loved one was gone, but your loved one showed up on your doorstep 16 years later. We don't have that. And they not really here for the 4400. Like, what are they? Are they real? Is this a hoax? I'm like, there's a lot of hoax going out there. Y'all remember Balloon Boy from years and years ago, and come to find out he was in the closet and his daddy and mama did all this for publicity. There's been plenty of hoax going out there, but I don't see how you can get people from different decades. And let's not go to you got some really, 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 really good lookalikes that have all the knowledge of that person. How this could be a hoax? But I mean, I guess it's easy if it's like somebody like Hayden who was from the 20s, being able to pop back up and be like, "Hey, I'm here," because there's probably with no pictures of Hayden anymore, so they can't really say this was Hayden. So I guess how they feeling, but they also made, you got your loved one back. We don't have that. So Dr. Andre noticed this young man. He was the dude that was in the hospital that had flames coming from him. He's been brought in last minute to do an interview. Now, Shanice didn't put two and two together and realized the government is going to use this man to expose his powers, and Isaiah may be in on this. Where am I at? Oh, Isaiah wants to expose their powers so they can activate the contract that they have against the 4400. They've already upped security and brought in tranquilizer guns, but they was able to usher to the side, and like the only reason he agreed to come on TV and to show off his powers is because he couldn't do it no more in the hospital, being poked and prodded and tested on. He wanted to be free from that hospital, and that means showing off my powers, and so be it. Shanice did, go to Isaiah, was like, hey, bro, like, how are you working with doggone it? What's his name? Bill Green? When those contracts are bogus. That gives the government all kind of power over these people, their money, what they do and can't do, how they can and can't spend their money. You seen what Britney Spears was in a conservatorship for what, 13 years? Almost like if she wanted a glass of water, she had to ask her daddy. And like, okay, you can perform, but you can perform here, and what money you do bring in, I'm in control of it. Yeah. But Isaiah tells Shanice he didn't know what was in the contract, and after she came to him, he looked it over, and he's mad that he agreed. He kind of like talked the people into agreeing with conservatorship. He may not be with Bill Green. I mean, he may be with Bill Green. He just lied to Shanice, and he may not be with Bill Green. But it's one thing I can say is I don't fully all the way trust Isaiah. Something about him I just don't trust. Now, while this is going on, Mildred, she over here knocking Bill Green all around the room and outside the windows. And I was like, this is where I was mad. So I was like, Mildred, I know you mad because this man is responsible for having you locked up in this hospital and you being poked and prodded on and fellow of your 4,400 people being poked and prodded on and whatnot and locked in this hospital. You could have just simply knocked him around, broke his neck and kind of thrown him out the window and walked out the door. But no, did I say break his neck? Yeah, knock, throw him around, break a little bones, break his neck, then throw him out the window and walked off like you ain't had nothing to do with it. But no, you had to let the world know, oh, I did it. And I'll do it again. You had me held, not paraphrasing, you had me held in the hospital. And then she not gonna start using her powers and lifted up this doggone thing to smash his head in. This going on in the midst of an interview. We didn't just convince I can turn into the Human Torch to not expose his powers. And here go doggone Mildred exposing her powers, putting all the 4,400 in danger. I'm like, ugh. But Isaiah and his newfound powers was able to stop her. I was like, does he have the ability to control people using their powers? Because that's what it kind of seemed like. Like if people wasn't already afraid of the 4,400, they definitely gonna be afraid of him now. And now we got Hayden. He's scared. He's like, y'all can just go ahead and send my stuff on back to the hotel. But Logan's like, no, you're part of our family. So when you want to tell me, it's cool. I'm like, really? You talked to Bridget about this? You just cool with him having powers? Okay. Now this then put the people who have signed the contract at risk. Being Dr. Andre being one of them. It's like I'm gonna take this. She's a teenager. She's not really fully in control of her powers and what she should and should be doing because she's a teenager. But she has put a lot of people at risk now. And I'm mad that this don't come back on until January. So a good bulk of all the shows that I do will be gone. I'm pretty sure we gonna get probably a few more episodes of the Oval, but like everything else is going on. So I'm gonna have to like start doing some type of vlogging, I guess, to bopping on my face. But the thing is, I don't have a camera. I have my cell phone, but my laptop every once in a while I be like, we can't find the footage we cannot find. So I don't know what you want me to do. So y'all, that was the gist. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It's free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are also on my beautiful Facebook to the video. You can click on it, you can like it, you can share it with your people, and you can come over here and be one of my peoples. If you're already one of my peoples, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. Tell your people to tell their people to come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.